Mankind is growing rapidly. Today, we're about 7.2 billion. 50 years ago, we were just about 3 billion. This rapid increase of the world's population confronts us with enormous challenges. We need more housing space, we need more energy, and above all, we need more food. A lot more food. In 2010, the average German consumed about 29 kilos of apples, 57 kilos of potatoes, 66 kilos of meat, and 79 liters of milk. In order to meet that ever-growing demand for food, producers have had to come up with ways and means of raising the yield of their resources. And they have indeed come up with various means. They introduced intensive livestock farming. Today there are movements back towards organic and happy cattle because we realize that factory farming involves serious problems. With large numbers of livestock cramped in monstrous stalls, the danger of spreading disease and infection is great. So the animals are administered antibiotics and chemicals. This worked quite effectively for some time, but pathogenic germs developed their own resistances and even cancerogenic poisons, and we ingest all that with our food. In the long run, this can't possibly be good. So what's the situation with crop products? With corn, for instance, or wheat? The farmer's greatest enemies are pests like insects, fungi, and bacteria. Here we see a bacterium. It looks quite innocent, doesn't it? But when conditions grow warmer and wetter, bacteria multiply rapidly, and wherever we harvest, conditions are warm and humid. Bacteria are so tiny, and yet they cause tremendous damage. Worldwide, at least 20% of the harvest goes bad, depending on the weather, up to 50%. That's according to a study by the FAO, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. 20 to 50%. Just imagine that. How many people could be fed with all those crops gone to waste? Action must be taken. Food producers know this. They fight their enemies with pesticides and chemicals, which we in turn ingest with the food we eat. Not to mention the side effects on nature. When it rains, these poisons seep into the soil and groundwater and, who would have thought it, end up in us. Needless to say, the same applies to our farm animals. They too have to eat and drink. One way or another, hundreds of poisons and chemicals enter us with our food and end up in our bodies and make us sick. This may lead to allergies, immune deficiencies, cancer. Things can't continue like this, thought Peter to himself. This is Peter. Peter is a professor who's thought a lot about the problem until, by painstaking observation of nature, he realized the solution to our problem has been lying right under our noses. Flavor. Delicately balanced mixtures of different natural flavors have a preservative effect. And so Peter developed the TAM treatment technology. TAM stands for the Trojan Aroma Method. Aroma molecules in disguise are able to enter unobtrusively into the cells of bacteria and render them harmless. TAM is revolutionary because it's 100% natural. It doesn't encourage resistance, it doesn't need any chemicals, and it's absolutely safe for humans. The American Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, whose standards are recognized worldwide, designated TAM as GRAS, which means Generally Recognized as Safe. Over the last 16 years, Peter has invested all his time and money in TAM research, and he's discovered many different applications. TAM is suitable for degermination, odor control, preservation, and other uses. All these effects are achieved purely naturally without any chemicals. There are two products in particular that are very dear to Peter's heart: grain care and animal care. Both are based on TAM. Grain care is applied during or after harvest by simply and cheaply spraying it onto the grains. It will effectively combat all crop pests and the devastating formation of germs. Compared to conventional treatments, grain care is less costly. The advantages for humans are no chemicals, up to 30% yield increase, and lower costs. Animal care is added to the fodder since not all farm animals get grain care treated foods. Animal care eliminates the threat of diarrheal disorders and reduces the rate of illness and mortality. The advantages for humans are no chemicals, cost reductions of up to 30%, and healthier animals.